Good afternoon, everyone. Dan Scoff, and look at this face that I've got next to me. Austin Horan, he is going to be my weather intern. You're going to be here for a while, man. And your first day out of the gate here, just like some of the Kentucky Derby horses, just blasting out of the gates as we've got severe weather potential. Austin, before we get to it, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I'm wearing the microphone. You don't have one on, but you can just talk up and maybe people can hear you.
Yeah, so I go to Bentonville West High School. I am a senior there, and I've just always been wanting to do the weather. I've been here before. I did it for Super Weather Kid a couple years ago, and then I did it for job shadowing in 8th grade. And this is just my dream job. I've been wanting to do it forever, and so I'm just great to be here.
From Super Weather Kid to Super Weather Teen to Super Live Stream right here. We're about to talk about this storm. We do got a severe thunderstorm. I don't want to waste any time to talk about. It is a pretty intense storm. It also could bring some gusty winds, and it's about to hit I-49. So why don't we check it out right here? This is the latest on this severe thunderstorm warning going until 4:30. You'll notice it's a little north of I-40. And by the way, we've got some new technology that we want to debut. We continue to work on technology here to let you know the latest on what's happening. And Austin, you can see those comments right here, and we'll be able to kind of tell you a little bit more about this. So just to let you know, no, there are no tornado chances. The tornado chances are not happening. We were outside earlier. You could see the bases of the thunderstorms. What were they, about 8,000 feet above the ground? I mean, we're talking way up there. However, gusty winds, downburst potential, and not only that, but intense rainfall. Unfortunately, not in Fayetteville. So we'll talk about who's going to get the storms, who's not going to get the storms. We'll look at some weather bug cameras. Let's do a storm track on this right away and jump out of the gate as we've got this severe thunderstorm warning that remains in effect for Franklin County. So why don't we go ahead and we'll check it out here. We'll bring this up full, take the camera off the screen. So here it is, 60 miles per hour winds and quarter-size hail. But honestly, I think this hail might be a little bit bigger than quarter-size. It may get up to $50, which is about 1.25 inches. This storm is moving off to the south-southwest, believe it or not. You can see the way the motion is on this storm, and it's moving pretty slow. So while the actual storm motion is slow, there may be the potential that it could increase in intensity if it kind of congeals into additional storms. So here's what we're going to do. We'll put a track on this. We're going to show you exactly when it's about to impact the I-40 corridor, and we've got some of those weather bug network cameras on there. Now I'm going to take this, I'm going to draw it south-southwest, and we're going to put that storm track on there. So Jethro coming into your area, as it's 409 right now, coming in at 414. White Oak at 341. Tony at 450. Mulberry 453, and Dyer at about 5 o'clock. So there's the latest track on that cell. You can see this is the only severe thunderstorm warning in the area. But let's check out Mega Doppler, as we have some technology here that I think you're going to absolutely love. So first of all, you're going to notice on Heil Heating Cooling Mega Doppler, we've got this storm that's popped up. And here is the hail core, by the way, that's associated with this. We'll zoom in on it. We'll show you as we look at the maximum expected hail size. It looks like it's dropped down a little bit, but now we're talking maybe potentially a golf ball or two, but I think that's a little on the high end. I think really, honestly, $50, 1.25 is about our maximum size for this hail core. And Austin, you just keep monitoring those comments too. If there's anything that's pressing that people want to know about, you just let me know. But there's a look at our iDrive cameras. So some are getting soaked, some are dry. Now, the beauty of this is that we can bring up, for instance, this top screen. Let's show you where the rain is coming down, and that would be at mile marker 22. So we're going to be able to select that and change that camera around to mile marker 22. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to make this large, and obviously not a whole lot of rain at the Frog Bayou, but check this out. Mile marker 22 is going to be a much different story as that heavy rain continues to come down. Here's another view of a downpour that's about to occur at McCollum Lane. And so exit 21, there you go. That is an absolute downpour, torrential rain that's happening. And look at the difference as you go just a little bit north at Frog Bayou, where you're in between those cells, and you can notice that it's not really raining quite as heavy. Also, you'll notice that we've got a new thing on here called product age. About 2 minutes and 30 seconds is how old this radar image is. When it updates, when the new scan comes in, you'll see exactly when that's updated to just a few seconds. So that tells you how long it's going to be until we get another basically low-level scan and volume scan as well. Some really cool technology. But this is that severe thunderstorm warning that's going until 4:30, moving south-southwest. We also have some new tracking abilities too. So I'm going to set the storm motion from the warning here. And if we do a track on the cell core, you'll get to see that. So we're going to draw a storm track. We're going to draw it in kind of a cellular mode. And again, it's moving at about 10 miles per hour. So we're going to take this cell and we're going to move it to the south. At the same time, I'm going to bring up a smaller image of this camera, our iDrive camera. I'm going to make it a lot smaller. I'll bring up 2 cameras if we can right now on Heil Heating Cooling Mega Doppler. So we've got this cell that's dropping south. We'll see if we can get that storm track on there. There's a look at the very latest storm track going south-southwest. Now, over the next hour or so, you can see how that is basically going to make it to Jethro in about 43 minutes. That's the hail core. The initial edge of the precipitation will be a lot sooner than that. But there's a look at, again, an iDrive camera. We're going to switch this one out for a new iDrive camera, and you'll be able to see I-40 at exit 37. So quiet now. That is about to change as that storm will be developing. All right, let's go ahead and we'll clear that storm track off of there, and we'll take a look at what's happening elsewhere in the River Valley. Now, the bad news is Northwest Arkansas, so close, but no cigar, as they say. We're going to drop the cameras off of there. But we did have some development popping up, and I'm going to bring up our 479 community reports. So this is something that we're super excited about. We got a lot more coming in, Aleshly, and I want you actually to bring those up as I'm over here at the streaming computer. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring up something different. I want you to click on, if you can, one of those reports. So this is what I kind of want to show you here. We've got this ability now where we can show these images in real time, and we are so excited about this. And on your device, your laptop, your computer, your iPad, your phone might not look as big, but we can make this full screen, and we're going to show you exactly how that works. So this is taken here. I'm going to expand this window out. This is from, hey, I know this person, Aleshly Castro. That's an awesome photo, but that's that developing cell. Is that a 0.5, by the way? 0.5. Nice. So that is just a few minutes ago, 6 minutes and 53 seconds ago. Here's Davion getting in on the mix. That's even a Pilius cloud that you can see off in the distance, developing updrafts and cell towers with that. We'll show you another view here. I think he was running right there, huh? What do you think? Probably on a nice little neighborhood jog. And then we've got a couple others here. Daniel Jones sent that in, and that was about an hour ago as he was getting, you know what's cool about this is, these clouds are what we call altocumulus clouds. It represents cold air aloft in the mid-levels. That leads to instability. And finally, here's another one. Super weather kid, Nate Morris, sending in a photo. Do you know Nate? Oh, Austin and Nate might have to duke it out as super weather kids. And then finally, Joel Haskins sending another one. You can see the towers. Now, the bad news is you can see how sunny it is as well over Northwest Arkansas. So that is preventing any thunderstorm development from taking place over Washington County and Benton County. Now, we're not completely done with cell development, but it's looking more likely in the River Valley.
When I went up to the garage.
Do you have your mic on or no? I don't think you do. That's okay. You just talk really loud.
When I went up to the parking garage, when you look down south in general, you see all these storms firing off.
Yeah.
A lot of cloud cover. When you look up to the north, hardly saw any cumulus field.
I know. That's just hard to stomach, isn't it?
I can show a Rogers benchmark, and I can give people like a good 360 of exactly what's going on.
Yeah, we'll do that here in just a second.
Yeah.
It's just hard to stomach that's the way that it is. It's like, come on, man. I hate that. Oh, hey, Turd Ferguson asked this question.
Yeah.
I love that name, by the way. Turd Ferguson, so good. If you're a fan of the Baja Blasts.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Baja Blast Freezy or Baja Blast?
Probably.
The liquid.
Probably
the liquid. Have you ever had the Freezy?
I have not had the Freezy.
And then you don't know if you haven't had it, then don't knock it. But I'll tell you, it's awesome. Yeah, the Baja Blast Freezy. So I want to go back to Mega Doppler real quick, and we're going to continue to track this cell. So this is the severe thunderstorm warning. Right now, it's kind of over open area. You're going to be waiting a lot longer, unfortunately. Rogers is just not getting much at all in terms of development, and we'll show you that on the future models. But a look at Mega Doppler shows that activity is remaining mainly to the north of us. Hey, we got a new report in the River Valley. Did you see that popping up?
Ooh.
Close to Mulberry? I'll tell you what, I'll bring up Max 2. You tell me when we got that photo that's loaded.
I'll let you know.
And here's a look at the severe weather as it goes until 4:30. One severe thunderstorm warning. It is going to create some pretty gusty winds. We've also got some amazing cameras on this as well. So we can't just show iDrive cameras. We also have to show some of our WeatherBug network cameras. So Kisser FM, I think, has an incredible view of that downburst earlier. And could bring some gusty winds. Yeah, unfortunately, Benton County is going to stay dry. I know a lot of people are jumping on here. Remember, I said parts of the area, not everywhere, unfortunately. So River Valley is getting it.
No photo, but it's a report from Southern Hunters 7 saying coming down pretty good right here, right outside of Rudy.
Okay, so yeah, so go back to that. We'll bring this report. So it doesn't have to just be photos. It can also be some reports. The reports are just as helpful. Media is more helpful. But there's a look at some of the iDrive cameras that Aleshley's popping up. I'll take the camera off the screen so you can see. That's pretty awesome right there. You can see the rain really coming down. So the evening commute for anybody commuting from Northwest Arkansas to the River Valley or vice versa, a little bit of heavy rain coming down. As far as Northwest Arkansas, though, let's show you here. We'll go back to Max 2 real fast, and we'll show you that this is the only game in town, essentially, as the storm development just not developing farther north. And there's good reason for that. The boundary that's moving through and the trough of low pressure is remaining to the south. That is just – I was hoping for some rain, but I was not holding my breath, to say the least, Aleshley. Yeah, check this out. Here's a look at, there's two things that are going on, folks, and I'll explain them both. Number one, you got the boundary that's a little bit to the south. So that boundary is where the air is colliding into each other, and that's leading to some pop-up storms, as what we're seeing. Also, too, farther north you go, you've got, from the thunderstorms, subsidence around the anvils, and this is key. That's actually sinking air, and sinking air prevents any storms from popping up. So that's why everything is kind of dissipating. You see that? You can almost see that subsidence. Wow, that really eats away at the clouds and the storms. Our only hope for rainfall at all with this system would be a chain reaction. It would be the instability kind of lifting northward, and outflow boundary potentially lifting northward. In order to see those, we got to switch the radar, and we got to crank up the sensitivity way up on the radar. So we basically have to show even the smallest returns. Let's see if there's any type of boundary lifting northward. And guess what, Aleshley? Not much, but maybe right here.
I see it.
You can see it by Winslow. Just had a call from a viewer in Winslow, says that it's drier than a popcorn fart. And that's his quote. And I think a very fitting quote. But there's that energy that's lifting northwestward, maybe an outflow boundary that could pop up some of those storms. So again, going back to Mega Doppler, we've got those 479 WX reports. If you want to be a part of the conversation and be a part of the weather team's reports and pictures and video, this is a way where we can have it site-specific to our area and then load it up while we're live streaming. Austin, how awesome is that, to be honest?
That is really awesome. That'd be a great way for you guys to get more information on what's going on.
100%. And how tough is it to hunt and peck down photos and pictures from Facebook and Instagram?
That takes a long time.
Yeah. And we don't have that time.
Yeah, we do not
when we're talking about weather and weather coverage. So, golly, not a lot of rain in Northwest Arkansas, but the River Valley, get ready. Fort Smith going to be seeing a nice little downpour. And in fact, here's some of the information. So you got another report there.
Yeah,
someone that sent in from Coal Hill.
Super Weather Kid, Nate.
So this guy, Super Weather Kid's looking all around at everything.
Yeah.
And is that the Ville density? What does he have on there?
I can
Bring that
hold
up full and let's
I'll
see.
try, but it's hard to tell.
That is digital,
says
accumulation.
digital
So it's a
accumulation,
rain accumulation. My
And
goodness,
I
6
will let you
inches?
know that Dave from Tulsa mentioned radar estimates 1.5 to 2 inches per hour rain rates with the nearly stationary storm across northern Franklin County.
Yeah, it's
So
drifting south. I mean, it's just basically
if I go ahead
crawling.
and
So there's the animation. And let's load up some of those weather cameras if we can
Yeah.
from Alma. And we can see that it's starting to rain in Alma.
are you saying the iDrive network camera?
No, we'll do our WeatherBug network
Okay,
camera.
that works.
So there it is. Yep, it's raining. And we can bring that up a little bit larger. So there's Alma showing some nice little rain. We've also got Fort Smith. I'm going to bring that up from the public library.
So
Oh, yeah, look at that. Storm clouds rolling into the river valley. So get
Oh,
ready for
yeah.
some rain and some gusty winds. But it looks like in terms of severe potential, as of now, we've only got one storm, Franklin County, that's going until 4:30.
And even then, you can see that outflow boundary that's been moving to the
Mhm.
south, and it's not firing off.
Yeah,
anything right
Leslie's
now.
talking about this outflow boundary, and there it is. It's about to move into Charleston. We will get an amazing look at that from our Mount Magazine WeatherBug Network camera. And just to let you know, when that outflow boundary starts surging south, north of that, you've got some cooler air coming in.
Mhm.
Rebecca just sending in a report, damage from near Uniontown. Now, Uniontown is in Crawford County. It's a very similar area to that.
Right here.
Saw the area before. Let's loop that and we'll show that damage. Yeah, you can see that microburst
Oh,
potential.
Right
Absolutely.
there.
What kind of damage are we talking about with some of those reports? And if you are in Uniontown, scan that 479 WX app QR code on the screen right there. Take a screenshot and then you'll be able to show it. But starting to hear thunder in Van Buren. You can send us that picture if you've got one. Drove through Alma about 20 minutes ago. Definitely some gusty winds. Speaking of Alma, we can get a good view of those
There's Van
winds picking
Buren.
up, shaking around those light poles.
Look at that whole house.
Okay, here Leslie's playing around with Mega Doppler, and check this out. There's iDrive Arkansas.
Yeah.
That is basically at exit 12. That's right where you have the interchange. Or is that exit 12? Yeah. I-40 East and 540. I know that's exit 12.
Okay.
Oh man.
Look at the rain.
Multiple trees down, roof off a shed ripped off. Go ahead and type that into NWS chat so we
Okay.
can report that in Uniontown, and then we'll get the local storm report out of that as well.
So can you repeat what
Yeah,
the damage
I
was?
will.
Yeah.
Multiple trees down in Uniontown, a roof off of a shed, which was ripped off.
Okay.
There's no tornado threat. Absolutely none. These storms there's three things that are not going to allow tornadoes to happen. Number one, you got a big outflow boundary that's about 20 miles south of the storms?
Yeah, probably that.
So that's outflow, meaning you got to have inflow in order to have tornado potential. We're not seeing that. You also have to have lowered cloud base and lower LCLs, lifted condensation levels, in order for that rotation to make it to the ground. And number three, there's just no wind shear. These storms are very weak in terms of their wind shear. However, they do have the capability of collapsing and producing microbursts. So that's what we're seeing. I am going to take over Mega Doppler real quick and
Yeah,
take
for sure.
control. And let's go ahead and we'll zoom in on some of these cells. So here is the I-40 Oklahoma state line iDrive camera as that loads. Rain's starting to come down there. I'm going to bring up that a little bit smaller. At the same time, we're going to make a 2-panel here for the cameras. And I'm going to show you the storm clouds that are rolling in. This is our live WeatherBug network camera from Fort Smith. Let me change that there real quick. We'll go on one that's really getting a downpour right now. The rain's going to start to increase, and then we'll go with the Fort Smith Public Library. So you can see those two cameras showing the dark storm clouds rolling in. We already have the northerly winds in the river valley thanks to the outflow boundary. And here is the outflow boundary all the way south of the airport. So now those temperatures are going to start dropping at the Fort Smith Regional Airport here shortly, which is nice because golly, was it hot again? Another triple-digit heat day.
And I do want to let you know
Yeah.
that from emergency management over in Crawford, they said some fire started due to lightning strikes and, of course, some of the downed tree reports as well.
Okay.
And so Stephen from NWS Tulsa, he also mentioned overall downburst potential has diminished for the moment, though new cells continue to develop on the periphery of the ongoing convection.
Remember we were talking about that outflow boundary?
Mhm.
Check this out. So this is a little bit north. You can see the outflow boundary lifting northwest, and look at what happened. It popped up this other cell down by Durham. So maybe that will continue to lift north and pop up additional cells. It's trying to work its way north, but I would say if you're in Benton or Carroll, you're not going to see rain tonight, unfortunately. Maybe a storm pops up and we get lucky in terms of getting that rainfall. I just don't see that really happening. So again, if you're just tuning into this live stream, we got a severe thunderstorm warning that's basically stationary and producing lots of rain. So we might have a flash flood warning for Franklin County here and not too long as the rain is really coming down. You'll notice too, to the southwest of Rudy, there's a look at this. So we had that report coming in from Donita. I know she's always a big supporter of the stream. There's the high rainfall that's happened near Johnson County. That is from that cell that's just basically stationary. And we work our way northward and just these other cells that are trying to pop up. Let's bring up a WeatherBug network camera. Are we looking? Oh, yeah. Look at this downburst right here. Boy, you can see that potential. I'm going to move this camera over just a little bit to the right.
You also want to try to play the time lapse from that if possible to see if there's anything.
Yeah. So yeah, bring up weather. You got to have to switch it in one of the sources.
Yep, I got it. I'll do that right here.
I don't see anything spectacular on that, but I'll tell you what will be spectacular is Kisser FM.
Okay. Just let me know when to switch over because I do have it pulled up.
Okay. How about now?
All right.
Go ahead right now.
All right. I have it pulled up.
Okay. So this is a look from before 3:30, about an hour ago, and you're going to see, watch this. This is the core that develops, and here comes the downdraft. You can see the rain core starting to spread down, and then it hits the ground, and then look, you got what's called a rain foot, and that's where you have that strong wind potential. So not a super strong microburst, but definitely one that you can see that was in progress. That was cool. That was a great shot, Leslie.
Mhm.
That was from that severe warn cell in Franklin County because we were looking almost due east. So now what I want to do is I want to go to...
I went back to Mega Doppler.
Yeah, go back to Mega Doppler. I'm going to go back to our Gaither Mountain camera. Any comments at all? Like any more damage reports at all coming in?
Someone's saying Evansville and Stillwell doesn't have electricity.
Okay.
Evansville, yeah, Stillwell.
Yeah. Stillwell, that's on the eastern side of the line. Bring up that Gaither Mountain camera. That is cool. You got part of a rain curtain here.
You want me to pull it up in full? Well, you have it.
Yeah, I've got it in a Mega Doppler, but look at that right there. That's cool. It's not a tornado. It's just a illuminated rain curtain with the break in the clouds. So there's just a small break in the clouds. Maybe even a rainbow trying to start to show up, a low arcing rainbow. That's pretty cool. So send in your 479WX reports. Love to see them and get some information that's out there. And it looks like we got another one. Hail potential for the pop-up cell near Lincoln. That's happening. Yep.
Is that another report?
That is from Super Weather Kid Nate Morris. He's probably got the hail core indication on there. Let's see. Yeah, look at him. He's tracking it. Probability of severe hail. It's definitely got hail with it. Probably about quarter size at the largest. I think it's a little under quarter size. Earlier it had a little bit of hail, but that's going to be from our Lincoln camera. And guess what? We don't have that right now. We don't have that.
Very unfortunate circumstances.
All right, good news. Severe thunderstorm warning has expired. We do have a cell that's developing near Waldron, too, in Scott County. So the River Valley will see more activity. And honestly, I think those storms might have a little more punch because we've had all this daytime heating throughout the day. That's going to lead to additional cells popping up. Here's a look at this Waldron camera. And I want to take this camera and I want to point it northeast real fast. And I think you can see that cell developing. It's this one right here. There it is. That's that little small cell that's popping up.
Look at how high up the base is.
Yeah, the
too.
bases are just ridiculously high. That's why there's absolutely no tornado potential. And then on top of that, look, you got the outflow boundary. Watch this. You're going to be able to see the wind probably coming through to the north. I just love the way we can pop up those cameras so fast to really get a good perspective and have situational awareness on what's going on. All right, guys. Well, here's the deal. That's about it for this live stream because I got to get ready for the 5 o'clock newscast. We can run the future radar. It actually did a pretty good job, to be honest with you, with everything that's happening today. So let's show you what the future radar is. I'll bring that up on Max 2, and you'll get to see. Well, actually, this is earlier the graph model, and this is a little more bullish on the storm potential in Benton and Washington County. So it's not out of the question that we do get some development. That would be beautiful, but that has to happen in a half hour, and I don't see that. I don't see that taking place. So it's actually overdone, in my opinion.
What about the HRRR?
We will look at that. So here's the HRRR. This is what it's got right now. Also a little overdone in terms of the thunderstorm development. It does have that. I'll take the camera off the screen here real quick. It does have that mainly south of 412, which is what I thought. And it just really doesn't develop anything else. So that's a problem. There was also a report of lightning causing a fire, as you mentioned, near Uniontown. Let's take a look at the graph 4 kilometer, and let's see. There might be additional light rain tomorrow as this boundary comes through, but it's going to be very, very limited. And then the NAM 3 kilometer high resolution, it just shows storms everywhere, but you can see how they're mainly focused in the river valley. So honestly, the models haven't been too bad. I don't think Berryville is going to get in there for rain. I just don't. Feels great outside in Van Buren. I bet you, Braden, because you finally got that outflow boundary to come through, and that cooled things off. In fact, we'll look at the 5-minute obs here. Let's see if it cooled off at all in Fort Smith. I bet you it has quite a bit. So let's bring this up, Fort Smith, and we'll look. It's probably still got the current ob at 100 degrees. Yeah, 104. It's not 104 anymore, I can tell you that.
Let me try to pull it up here on the side. So
5-minute obs, we're going to bring this up, and it is.
Fayetteville latest was 95, which no surprise. Oh, I clicked. And then Fort Smith is showing 99.
Okay, so it's cooling off fast.
Yeah.
I know, send it to Northwest Arkansas. I wish, I really do. Austin, maybe you can bring your rain dance here. We can get some storms.
Yeah.
We need that. Unless you're dancing and you're scaring away the rain. What do you think?
I don't know.
All right, so while we're doing this, this is Austin Horan. He's our newest weather intern. Today's his first day. He's just starting. Look at this. Northern Van Buren went from 104 to 77.
I'm jealous.
I know, me too.
I'm jealous.
That's the outflow boundary that we were talking about in the cooler weather.
Mm-hmm.
The models aren't, the ASOS isn't showing that yet, but don't forget Fort Smith Regional Airport is a little bit farther south. So what do you think is your favorite topic of study for the weather?
All the tornadoes.
Tornado
That's my favorite
stuff.
thing.
Well, no tornadoes today,
yeah,
so we
no
don't
tornadoes today.
don't have to worry about that.
Severe storms, probably my favorite. That's what I want to do without, like, I want to help people. This is probably one of the best ways. So
yeah, that you can, as we're kind of tracking it, let people know what's happening. We'll do one more track on kind of that rain area as it's moving towards I-40, but it's not quite as intense as it earlier was. These will be pulse storms. There's not a whole lot of upper level support. This is a great shot, by the way, from our Gaither Mountain Weatherbug Network camera. Look at that. That's that storm off in the distance. That other one that's developed just to the east of Harrison, so a very isolated storm. Eureka Springs, I don't think I don't think much rain is going to happen, honestly, in Benton and Carroll County. I
These
just
storms
don't.
appear to be back building for sure because that cell that was north
Yeah.
or like in northern Franklin County is now moving up into Madison, just west of St. Paul.
Yeah, we'll show you that. So that's that outflow boundary that lifted northward. And yeah, maybe there's a chain reaction where we're just
Yeah,
dropping
this
dominoes
line.
all the way north into Benton County. That would be awesome. I just don't know if that's necessarily the case. Here's a question for you, Austin. Austin, twister or twisters?
I'd probably say I'd probably say Twisters. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
But both of them are really good. I love both of them.
Why do you like twisters? Not to put you on the spot or anything.
Yeah. It's just more newer to me, probably because I watched it a couple recently. I
Yeah.
haven't watched the old Twisters in a while, but it looked more real and it just felt more real, and that's just why I liked it. It was really cool.
Yeah. Now, Rebecca, did you send pictures through the 479WX app? Hopefully you did, and then we can show them really quick. Did we get any new? I don't see anything else.
Nothing new.
I don't know which way you sent it when it says on the website. It might be in
Megaphone?
Megaphone. Yeah, we'll check it out and we'll see if we can go through Megaphone. Megaphone's great and I love it. And it's great for pick of the day, but for severe weather coverage, it's better to be able to see the radar and then see the report and then show the picture instantaneously. So if you can, Rebecca, I want to get back to this real fast. There's the QR code to scan, 479WX, to download the weather app today. This will give you the ability to send in pictures. And we do have some photos. We can, if you want to add those all to the playlist, we can delete it later.
Okay. To the pick of the day.
Yeah.
In the meantime, yeah, I got it.
No, just add them all to the pick of the day, and
Okay.
then we'll show them on here real quick
I
before
got
we
it.
bounce. Oh, look at Fort Smith now. Man, 93 dropped big time. The rain hasn't quite hit Rogers Avenue yet, but it's about to. Why don't we take a detailed look at the radar here? And J-Dad says he loves the first Twister movie more. He says that seems more realistic.
They're both good movies.
You know, Twisters with the whole throwing a liquid into the tornado. I don't know if I can get behind that. That's a little far-fetched, but I get the idea. Yeah, fireworks. Glenn Powell without his shirt, you know, a lot of times.
Yeah.
That happened. I know my wife loved that part.
Okay. Finally got him in, so I can start showing him here.
I got sick of mowing, so no rain, no problem. I bet. Okay, here's some of the photos that came in. We're going to show this on Max 2. So here we go. Oh, wait, this one. There we go. Here's Rebecca's photo. That's near Uniontown. Another picture near Uniontown. And then finally another one. So yeah, there's some damage. Some tin damage from the roof, and was pulled off. And so some gusty winds definitely for these storms. Here's another one coming in. A question, Austin. They're grilling you here. Not grilling you. I just want to learn more about you. Have you seen the movie Pressure?
I have not.
Oh,
I will add it to the list.
It's so good. Kind of looks like a little young Brendan Fraser, by the way. You ever heard that before?
I have not.
I can see it. You can see a young Brendan Fraser. Well, Brendan Fraser plays Dwight Eisenhower, and it is a movie about meteorologists with their forecast for D-Day.
I will say Pressure is a hit or miss depending on your
Uh-oh.
type of movie genre. I'm not saying it's bad. I
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah.
But if you're not
If you're not into weather or meteorologists.
weather, or if you're just not into war movies,
Yeah.
I feel like it could be a big hit or miss.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
There's
It's
some
niche. in a
there's
way.
some pretty tough scenes, but I think if you're a historian, I think you will love that
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
If you're a historian, if you're a war historian, maybe not necessarily, like it's tough to watch. Like
Yeah.
when you see those soldiers and they throw the doors down on those U-boats and then they're just immediately getting shot. It was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That was like,
which
wow.
comes with a war movie, so it's like you got to watch with discretion.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back to
Megalopolis.
Yep. And then we'll shut down this stream here because we've got some rain. It's really we kind of popped on here, but Rebecca, if you could do us a favor, and I know you threw it on the KNWA website and you did that. Please try to do it on 479WX so we can show it real quick on the radar reports, and that would be perfect too because we can loop it, we can animate it, and then you can see it. So that'd be really helpful. If you want to know how to get that, just go to 479WX. I've got a full screen here that'll help you out with that. So this is the QR code to scan. And you'll see another QR code. You got 2 QR codes on there to scan. But that'll help us where you can post that photos. And if you don't know how to do it, just let me know. It's pretty easy. You just got to make sure that you use your location, and then you can decide whether you want to use your location or a fuzzy location. That's not exact, but since you're talking about damage, you probably want to show the exact location, whatever you want. Okay, guys, last quick radar tour, and then we're going to shut this down.
Yes,
So,
I got it.
Leslie, you go ahead and do this, and I'll tell you what, we'll take all the reports off of here. We'll take all the cameras, and we'll take all the iDrive camera locations. So it's going to be that middle one. Nope.
Wait,
Got a
no.
middle,
Oh, I
the
see.
middle tab.
That one?
Nope,
Or right
that
here?
one. Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Nope, the one to the right, top right. Sorry.
No, you're
There
good.
you go.
Oh, okay.
Take
there we
those down.
go. Dun, dun,
This is
dun,
all going to
dun.
be a part of the
There we go.
training
So here we go.
in real time. All right, radar tour. We'll start off in Benton and Carroll County. Nothing. Will it happen? Probably not. Hopefully, maybe we get an isolated storm, but at least it doesn't go over the amp because the doors have already opened for the Walmart amp, and there's a concert tonight, and it should be a pretty
think they'll be
packed
in the
house.
clear.
Huh?
I think
They're going to be good.
They're gonna be
Yeah,
good.
I think they're good.
We got Boone County.
There you go. Yep.
We got Boone County and Newton County, and let's just say a couple of storms there.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Southern Madison County is getting a little
That's
more.
really because that whole system is back building. So now you're
Yeah.
seeing more storms in Southern Madison County.
Oh, you put on the mic now too. Good.
Yes,
Okay,
I do have the
perfect.
mic as well.
Good deal.
And then if we go out towards the west, we also have our Oklahoma counties. Can't forget them. We got Adair. You got Stillwell. That's beginning to see a couple of storms as well. And then you also have right here south of or east of Dutch Mills, like you could say.
And we mentioned Dutch Mills is without power.
Yes.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to see if we've got a power outage report.
Good
as
idea.
You continue to give that radar tour.
And then let's just say Northern Franklin County, you guys have been getting rained on like no other, as well as Johnson County, north of Clarksville over Ozone, have been getting rained on as well. Just pretty much this line that just runs north of Interstate 40. You guys have been seeing some decent rain. I will say the cells out in Sequoia County are beginning to move southward, and some of those cells are beginning to diminish little by little, which is good. Fort Smith, you guys are, I mean, some of those storms are really diminishing by the time they get to Fort Smith too. So something to keep an eye on. Could still see some development farther down the line. And then look at this down towards Waldron, Scott, Logan County, and also LaFleur. A lot more spotty. However, those storms are beginning to pop up.
Oh, yeah.
Curious to see how the outflow boundary will begin to interact with those storms as well.
Speaking of that outflow boundary, I want to see it. You'll be able to see a line of clouds that's kind of more cumulus congestus clouds.
Boonville.
It's going to be from our Mountainburg or Mount Magazine camera and Boonville,
Yeah.
right?
Mount Magazine.
And
which
Mount Magazine,
it's
not
hazy,
quite as
by the
much.
way.
Yeah, you can't really see it. Let's see
Hazy.
a Boonville.
Boonville facing the north.
Not much.
Not much. It's just very cloudy already.
But you can kind of see the leading edge of that outflow boundary that's making its way in. So yeah, I'm glad River Valley is getting some relief. Man, it has been a brutal stretch of weather. Not quite 2011-esque, but definitely hot, to say the least. It's been pretty toasty. Oops.
Yeah, look at these two outflow boundaries that are kind of coming together.
Yeah, and that's gonna happen right over Mount. We can record Mount Magazine. That might
Okay.
be kind of cool to see that outflow boundary. There's a dome over Clarksville. Well, let's see. Clarksville, I think, is going to get some rain, honestly. Check this out. I think you got some coming. Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know. That storm did die out pretty fast. But there's another cell to the northwest of that. So Colby Ward will kill everything. My goodness. Yeah. That's why there's nothing in Fayetteville. I think Colby is in town. He just doesn't.
So yeah.
He cannot keep a storm alive for the life of him.
So there you go.
Okay, guys. Well, that's it for the live stream for my new weather intern, Austin Horan, as well as Alessia Castro. I'm Dan Scaw from KNWA Fox 24, and we'll be with an update here. One last thing, just before we leave, because I was going to show this. This is the amount of power outages that are happening right now. So about almost 1,000 customers in Crawford County, probably from that Uniontown area. So not much, just about 3% of the area that's without power. I'll bring this up a little larger so you can see. But look at the areas in Marion County and Stone County, a little bit more power outages, but still not super widespread. Across the entire state, about 5,400 customers without power. Take care, guys, and we'll see you later. I'll be back on if anything warrants, but I think it's going to be mostly news updates and then also social media and app updates.
Yep.
Bye-bye, guys. Thanks for watching.